Hey, hi everyone, welcome back. And I have brought here one normalized use case question. So most of you have requested me a normalized use case. So some of you uh, requested me to do a normalized like brief, okay, brief on normalized code, and then some use case around it. Okay, so probably mostly, probably like you'll get more. Normalized questions in the interview, especially 4 plus, okay, 4 plus years. We'll be get at least we'll be getting on normalized question. Okay, so practice this. So if you think you are weak in these areas, so practice this question. So I have brought this question like which involves a vector, string, and then your normalized core function. Okay, length and normalized core function. Okay, so it involves these three areas. So we'll just see. So just see this video completely and then understand the concepts and then coding. Okay, from coding perspective. So and also like please try this at your GD. Okay, so that you may have a live practice and then will prefer for the interview. Okay, so let's go. So so before that, I have got other request regarding PDLs. So we have noted, okay. So PDLs request and other dynamic, okay, dynamic concepts, and then contact IT, okay. So and then AWS, okay. So there is no, okay, like there are questions there, okay, in these areas. So practically when you do a project, like you might involve a bucket and other cloud areas, but these three are important, okay, including meta programming. Okay, so these three important for interviews. So we'll just see one by one, okay, in future. Okay, so for now we'll just complete the basic components. So record basic components to be at least to score at least a 6 questions, okay, out of 10. Okay, if you get Abinitio questions out of 10, you should be comfortable in cracking 6. Okay, so let's complete this use case. So here there's only one field in the input. Okay, so you have one row, one field which comprises details. Okay, so the name and then the insurance details. Okay, so we have to convert it into two fields with 3 rows. Okay, so basically here, as I told, we are going to see a normalize use case. Okay, so obviously like we'll be using normalize component. So but why normalize? Okay, so why normalize? Okay, so here as you can see, 1 cross 1. Okay, so this one is a 1 cross 1 table, like assume. Okay, so here 1 cross 1 is getting converted into 3 cross 1. Okay, so this one to 3 cross 1. So normally one row is getting converted with multiple rows. Okay, so we have chosen normalize and then we'll be like instructing the normalize core function to run 3 times. Okay, so that we have to find out how. Okay, so that's the core part here. We'll just see the design and then concept checklist as we do it in our previous videos. Okay, so please do check out in our normalized playlist. Okay, so you can understand the entire skeleton and then our coding logics. Okay, so here normalize and then I have given input email and output email okay, predefined here. So for your reference, so conceptually as I told, it includes a length function. Okay, so you need to know about length of the normalized function. Okay, uh, and I remember one thesis question. Okay, so please do comment your answers in the comment below. Okay, uh, the question is, what is the other function that determine how many times your normalize runs? Okay, your normalize core function runs. Okay, apart from your length. Okay, so as we know, length determines, okay, so how many times your core normalize should run. Okay, so in the normalize function, the normalize core component, you have a length function, normalize core function, you have inputs, right, outputs, right? Okay, so those areas are there. Okay, so out of that there is like one more function. Okay, so if you know the answer, comment down your answers below. Okay, so this is one TCS question. It's 2025 recent question. Okay, simple theory question. So after that you have a vector definition and then string split. Okay, so you need to know the like certain type of a string split. Okay, so please do check out other videos so where I've discussed about string split. So here string split will return a vector. Okay, so these two are the core concepts. Okay, so let's go to the main core part. Okay, so coding part. So as I discussed, I'm writing a length function. So for the skeleton, you please refer the above link, okay. For the normalize, otherwise check out the normalize playlist, okay. So I don't have to write each and every time the length function open, begin and end like that, okay. I'm just writing straight with the online code, okay. So in the length function, so I have to determine how many times should I have to run, okay. Should I have to make the normalize core function to run. So here the data, okay. If we split the strings here, okay, so I'll be getting 4 strings in a vector, okay, but here I need to run the normalize function only 3 times, okay. So 4 minus 1, that's it, okay. So your length should be 4 minus 1. So here 4 minus 1, okay. So what I'll be doing is that I know I have to split the string, okay. So here data comma slash, okay. So this will give you, I'll just debug here, okay. So people who don't understand, just you can watch it carefully. So if you debug this code, okay, if you run this code, you will get vector hurry, okay, and then bike, and then car, and then health, okay. So these 4 elements inside a vector, okay. So now I'm going to take the length of this vector, okay. So by using a length of function, okay, so length of function, I'm just closing it. So this will give you an answer of 4, okay. So I'll be like doing a minus 1, okay. So will give me a final answer of 3, okay. So that's the logic here, okay. So that's it. So this is a length function. So we are determined, okay, we are determined the length. So length is 3. Now we are telling, okay, we are asking the normalize to run, 3 times, okay. So you declare the normalize skeleton, okay, skeleton shape and everything. So here I'll be like declaring the main 3 lines, okay, inside the normalize function. So for the skeleton, please refer other videos, okay. So before, so I have to create 2 columns here, okay. So one is a name and other is insurance type, okay. Okay, so before that, I know that I have a string, okay. I have string okay, one row. uh, okay, we have to split the strings and then I have to collect in vectors, okay. So if I collect in vectors, the 0th index, okay, so vector 0 would be hurry, and then vector 1 would be for bike, and vector 2 would be car, and vector 3 would be health, okay. So what I'll be doing is that, let's copy this, okay, this one. So I'll be declaring a vector here, okay. Let's string, and then I'm just declaring a, I'm not declaring any, I'm not giving any size there. So my vector, and then this one, okay. So this will give you a return of like this one, okay. So this will get stored in a my vector variable, okay. So now in my vector variable, I have zeroth element, okay. So zeroth element is always array, okay. So it's always array. So our normalize function, this normalize function will run 3 times, okay. So since the length is 3, the core function will run 3 times, and then starting from 0 1 2, okay. So it will run 3 times. So so every time it runs, the name will be same, okay. So name will be Hari for the 3 times, okay. For the 3 times it runs, the name should be, first field should be Hari, okay. So that is constant, okay. I'm declaring constant here, okay. So 0, okay, constant position here, okay. For the insurance, okay. So I have to access the vector, my vector, okay. So here for the, let's assume the index 0, okay. For the first time when the normalize core function runs, index would be 0, and then my insurance would be, if I put index here, okay, then what happens, it will access 0th position, and then answer would be Hari, okay. But I cannot do, I can go for Hari comma Hari, okay. So rather what I should do, index plus 1, okay. So that will give me a bike for the first run, okay. For the first, okay, for the first loop run, okay. For the first index run, it will give you byte, and for the second, okay, so index will be 1, and then 1 plus 1 2, okay. So second portion, okay, second portion would be your car, okay. So 0 1 2 3, and at last your third portion will be health. Okay, so like that your three rows will be printed. Okay, so that's simple as it is. So you understand the core areas. So these are the core, these three are the core lines. Okay, so okay, so mainly you have to understand this. Okay, how you are going to split and then how you are going to access. Okay, so this one is pretty important, and then your length function. Okay, so this one is pretty important. Okay, so that's it for today's uh, video. So since like some of you has requested, I mean, picking me, okay, like regarding the normalize. Okay, so we have some more normalize, okay, to like critical, like a critical use case. Okay, so we'll discuss that in the upcoming videos. Okay, so please share this video with your friends. Okay, so who is preparing for the interview. So since like this one is a important use case, so you just practice in your tool. Okay, digital, and then let me know in the comments below. Okay, and then please answer this question as well.